You're listening to The Monks. You're here with The Monks. I'm Josh.
I'm Heather.
And thank you very much for being here. We're going to have fun. It's corduroy day. It's corduroy day in the tent. Had some fun last night.
We did.
Went over to Daly City.
Ooh la la.
Fog City, more like it.
Fog City.
But what were we doing over there, Heather?
Looking for parking at their mall for ages.
Right? Over by the new, is that a Korean supermarket or?
I think it's an all-encompassing supermarket.
It's a big deal over there. And it's a very nice mall. We were just trying to grab some dinner, just real quick at one of the little offshoot fast casual joints. It's a nightmare of a parking deal.
Yeah.
We all have some of those spots where you're just like, okay, game plan is like you just clear out. You go way out there. You go out there like the guy who just got a new car. There's always that one guy who's like, okay, we get it, dude. You got a Toyota Tercel. Brand new. He goes 2025.
They still make Tercels?
Do they not?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I think that was an early 90s car.
Well, there'll be somebody out there brand spanking new 2026 Saturn.
Out of business.
Really?
Out of business.
All right.
Datsun? No.
Daewoo?
Oops.
Daewoo. Yeah.
My friend had a Daewoo. She got a Daewoo for her 16th birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. It fit her. She was like,
It was like a little bitty. They were like
little roller skate car.
Yeah. It's like when my sister had a Geo Metro and people were like, how many cylinders is it? And you think 4 is the lowest. It was 3.
Really?
Yeah. They were like, we're not trying to win any races here.
It was like a souped up golf cart.
It even looked about the size of like if you were lucky enough to be one of the kids who had a roller skating party. Which I was never somebody who had one. I was always somebody in attendance. And the one thing they would do at the Texarkana roller skating place, what was that place called? Skate America. Skate America. And tell me this isn't the worst thing, right? So I went to several birthday parties in this place. Tons of birthday parties in this place. And you know what they do for the birthday boy or girl is they had this big skate, about the size of a Geo Metro. And they'd bring it out and they'd sit in it while the rest of you, like your slaves at the Roman Colosseum, just skate this doofus around in a big skate.
Like pushing him?
Yeah, got to push them and pull them around and stuff so they can have a good time. And it would have been fine.
I thought you were going to say all the kids at the party could get on it and then they would skate around.
One kid got to join the birthday or girl or boy.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep. Never me.
Wow. Lord of the Flies for sure.
Never any of my best friends did the skate party. It was always like 3rd or 4th, 5th. They'd look around. You're hoping somebody got mono or something. You're like, who's here? Who's here? Everybody's healthy? Really? Worst is like when the first best friend's out and you go, I feel like I'm number 2. And then my cousin's in town. What? The dynamics of the school don't care about your cousin, dude.
Yeah.
People will hear about this, right?
There will be repercussions.
There will be. What's your cousin going to do for you? He goes to a school a town over. What's he going to do for you? Your stock is about to plummet here. This was a real goofball move. But I wanted so bad. I wanted so badly to be in that skate. I'll be honest, my memory's a little fuzzy. I may have been in that skate before. But I know that even if I had, knowing myself and the way I could, I would have wanted more skate all the time. All the time. But that's how big a Geo Metro is. It would always remind me of that skate.
We went to the rodeo last night.
Yeah, we did.
I had a ball.
What caught your attention about this rodeo?
It was a ladies rodeo.
Ladies rodeo.
Ladies rodeo.
Well, okay, guys. I knew the announcer was still going to be a man, and he was. All right, folks. Got to have some people out here doing jobs for 70 cents on the dollar of what their male counterpoint could do. You hate it. We showed up,
Showed up about an hour into it.
About an hour into it. It's kind of
and
perfect.
I had a dopamine dump during this rodeo. I just felt so good.
Positive.
Yeah. Ooh, this is what life should be. It was
none of this is what I thought we'd be saying going to this rodeo either. Because I went to rodeos as a kid, and I did kind of think, I said, in San Francisco, didn't you kind of think that? I was like, I'm interested to see what this is, like how this goes down here. And you're absolutely right. It was like, and you've been to some rodeos back in the day or something, didn't you?
I don't know official rodeos, but horse events.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Something in that world.
Yeah.
In Florida, I think I went also in like Arkansas or Texas or something like that. And I'm not going to comment too heavily on the vibe, but let's just say I was interested to see what the vibe would be here. Because I remember certain paraphernalia being around that I was like, is that going to be in San Francisco? And it wasn't. Mm-hmm. Right?
It was not.
Not one iota.
Not one.
It was a super diverse crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Super diverse.
It was super diverse.
Age, ethnicity, gender. It was super duper diverse.
Yeah, everyone was having a great time. Mm-hmm.
Again, pleasant surprises.
Yeah.
Even the guy doing the talking, I was like, man, some of his stuff, like he was like, we all need to be a little kinder to one another. We got a little girl here celebrating her birthday, been screaming her head off, and I really appreciate that. Putting nice things out into the world, give it up. And everybody in the whole place sang that little girl happy birthday.
Yeah. That was great.
I said, man, I love this.
When you win the event at the rodeo, you get a buckle.
Yep.
I learned this on the documentary.
That's true.
The Lady Bull Riding documentary.
Which is why we went. Let's face it. We went because the Lady Bull Riding documentary on Hulu. Mm-hmm. And we were like, oh, cool. We could see those ladies maybe.
Yeah. When you win an event, you get a buckle.
Yeah.
And so they were going to be, I guess, giving out a buckle to someone in the crowd.
Yes.
So that's what he was giving it to the little girl whose birthday. She had a bunch of friends. It was so cute. She was really
she's having a ball,
celebrating her 12th birthday at this rodeo with all her friends, and she won the buckle.
It just seemed like the vibe was trying to be like cool, inclusive, chill.
It was celebrating California's agriculture, fruit, vegetables, and protein mostly, right?
Yeah, I did definitely see. It is an odd experience.
Mostly protein.
It's so funny to sit there. Yeah, I didn't see many vegetables being escorted around, but I did literally watch like bulls just be like trotted around by 12-year-olds. And they're like, soon dinner, and they were like, what? Yeah. What? And then like a goat. Goats, I was like, you got to do goats first.
Yeah, I really thought this is reversed of this parade.
Yeah, in the goat to bull, who's your opener? I mean, let's be honest here. It's goats.
Yeah, it's goats.
Right? These bulls, by the way, absolute knockouts.
So cute.
Stunning, fluffy bulls. I was like,
not the ones with the little bangs.
No.
But they were
like fluffy. It almost looked like wool or something on them.
Very cool.
And
Very
again,
giant.
I said, I don't know how this ends for you guys. I really don't know. I don't know how this is probably going to work out for you long term.
Maybe good. Maybe real good.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I do think there could have been a lot more. The ex-wrestling fan, I mean, like a kid growing up watching wrestling, I was like, there could be more pageantry to this. Like there could be more to this.
As a kid who grew up watching Arabian Nights in medieval times.
Right.
Yeah, there could be. I've seen some pretty incredible horse pageantry.
It is true that, I mean, Orlando, they're not, I mean, because those dinner shows, I mean, they go all out.
They are incredible, yeah. We saw a pirate one time that was just amazing. Yeah.
I was sitting there going like, there should be like, I don't know, bigger intro music. There should be dimming of the lights and stuff. They did it a bit because at the end, after it was all said and done, because the one disappointment for the rodeo, it's a ladies rodeo, and they know what they're doing. Well, they know we saw this Hulu documentary, and we're all thinking, oh, the Lady Bull Riders from that documentary.
Yeah.
They get to the bulls, which is that's the biggest thing. It goes up based on, I feel like any of the event where there's like animals, we go like likelihood they could kill you. Like likelihood you die is kind of how we escalate things. Where we're like, oh, buck and bronco. Okay, that's pretty high up. All I could think whenever I'm watching that is I remember the last time I was on a horse, the girl next door when I was like 13 or 14 had a horse. She let me get on it. I'm like on it for 2 seconds. I was like, I need to get down now. I need to get down. That was a peer. She was actually older than me. I was so scared. I was like, I'm fine with you viewing me however you view me, but I need you to help me get down off the horse, please. Grab my hips and help me down, please, is what I'm saying. It's scary up here. They do the Lady Bucking Broncos. A couple of women rode the whole time.
I thought that was my favorite part.
They did the roping of the calf.
Yeah. Which, you know what I really like? Because as soon as they said it was coming up, I was like, oh, I'm nervous. And so they do it, but it immediately goes. It's not, they're not pulling it.
Yeah, they didn't.
It just goes with the calf and it runs around.
That's actually
and then they let other calves come and run around with it.
That is a good point because when I was a kid, they would rope it. They would jump off and tackle it.
Yeah.
They would tie it. Or, tie it up.
Feet.
Yeah. And this one was just about roping it with speed. And then you're right. They just let the rope go. It was intentionally.
It didn't hurt it at all.
No,
Yeah. I was like, and I don't know if that was a San Francisco special
or if that's just
what.
maybe like an improvement in that world where they're like, do we really need to do this?
Do we need to
Yeah.
them?
I understand we're emulating roles, but I go, that's barely probably a thing even in actual cowboying at this point. You know what I mean? Maybe it. I don't know. It makes sense if it makes sense, but I'm with you. I'm like, if we're just doing it for recreation and for sport, maybe we don't have to torment the cow any more than it already is. Because I did have those thoughts. I can't help but be like, where I'm like, is the bull having fun?
Do
you think he's having fun? We get through this whole thing though, and we're sitting there with clamoring. We're like, okay, they're gonna get to the lady bull riders. We are. We were like, you and I were like, hey, they're gonna get to the lady bull riders now.
Oh, I was can't wait to see him.
And then they start to say names. They're like, all right, getting on whatever bull. We got Jacob Abernathy. And I said, Jacob.
That doesn't sound like a girl's name to me.
That doesn't even sound like a name.
I'm not judging. It could be.
No, it could be, but it don't sound like a name that's going to be anything but a boy. And then a boy it was. And then we realized they were doing the bull riding. It's the bull. It's just bulls.
Yeah.
Or boys.
Yeah.
It's just bulls out there. No mares in sight.
Yeah. And let me tell you, on this documentary, quite a few of those ladies, more often than not, I felt like stayed on the whole 8 seconds. Not a single one of these guys stayed on for 8 seconds.
That is true. I said, why did we not have ladies do lady bull riding at a lady rodeo?
Oh,
that's my only thing. I was just like, why? And then I was at first, you go, maybe it's like the guys are just going to really show us what's up. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, no. I mean, there were people in the crowd anybody in the crowd was only 4 seconds off of what the best guy did. Like, we didn't even get on a bull. I was like, oh, anybody could do this.
Probably equal to the guy who did the worst.
Yeah.
Fell off immediately.
Exactly.
That could have been any of us. Really.
And our leg's still good. He got stepped on.
Did get stepped on. Yeah. And I was like,
ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I said, boy, they really want to do this. You know what I mean? They really want to do that. That is the type of thing. I feel like everything at the entry level, it truly is like, do you really want to do this? Especially physical stuff. They can't be making much because the event can't be making much. I mean, truthfully, I'm looking at a half-filled thing and the tickets didn't cost that much. It doesn't take much to go like, okay, maybe you sold some beer or something, but it's not a ton of money. And I'm betting some of those people probably get in comp because they're probably with people who maybe are in the rodeo.
Yeah. It does feel like a lot of things, even though they're so different, are so similar. Like if you really think about it, the rodeo and the circus, you're both putting your bodies at risk. You're both entertainers. You're doing this for a crowd. That's what you're traveling with your thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a weird life that only a few people are going to get. It's like when I was a carnival kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It felt really nice to go to a thing that isn't
our thing.
Isn't my thing, isn't your thing.
No.
And it seemed like not everyone's thing, main thing.
Yeah.
And it was just was a great environment. Yeah. Everyone was having a great time, intermingling with everyone.
It's like how we would like life to be. I want people, I really would like people to be able to, I don't know, enjoy stuff together and realize how similar we all are, not how different we all are. And the key components of being a person, I go, our differences are sweet. Right?
I know. I got home and I had this button up shirt with horses and cactuses on it. And I'm like,
I think it had a bucking bronco on it.
I know. I was like, oh, I should have worn this. I
did not dress.
Cross my mind.
Some people you could tell had just went to a boot barn that day.
Yes.
Crisp.
Yeah.
Just put it on. Everything fits kind of
Bought the hat, bought the shirt, bought the belt, bought the shoes.
Everything. $500 spent on an outfit.
Yeah.
Ticket price $15. You know what I mean? They're $500 out the door. Yeah. They had to drive 30 miles outside the city to a boot barn. They put everything on. Everything's kind of ill-fitting.
You know what my favorite part? No, my favorite part was the bucking Broncos. But my second favorite part was during the not lady, but man bull riding. They brought out this little remote control with a hat on it.
Yeah.
And so sometimes after the guys would fall off pretty immediately, the bulls would still be running around. And they would kind of go at the hat.
Yeah.
Hat car.
I love it. Simple things still work. I go, yeah, put a hat on a remote control car and confuse an animal. Like, they're like, what the heck? I don't like. Do I like it? And then the final thing they did, they do dim the lights. They put on a little razzle dazzle. You know, they're dimming lights. They're playing the tunes and everything. And one guy was from Spain. And one guy was from France. And the guy from Spain, his art form there, that basically it's just very minimal movement. Like one movement to get out of the way of a charging bull. No weapons, none of the bullfighting stuff. But kind of that same sentiment of just barely stepping out of its way.
Giving your back to it.
Yeah, and navigating the turn ever so. And it's just like, I was like, okay. Because that did feel like, are we sure?
Ooh, okay.
And then the French guy goes, oh, okay. Yeah, no, I got that. He's like kind of turning his body. I'm going to flip over him. May we? May we?
Yes, you may.
And he's just doing.
Yeah. He would run at the bull. The bull would run at him. He would run back at it. And then he would just jump and flip over it.
Flip over it. That was like their big finale. Would you go back again? I don't know that I'd ever go back. Not because of anything they did or didn't.
If they had the lady bull riders, I would go.
Right. I would as well. Yeah, I think for that I would. If it was everything the same, I'd go, I think I'm good.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool, though.
Super fun.
I'm really glad we did it. I love different kinds of things that I would not experience otherwise.
I think there are things that you really enjoy as an experience. I think this makes sense. You enjoy the crap out of it as an experience. And as soon as it's over, you go, I'd probably never do it again. But I really enjoyed it.
They had guys out there while the bulls were, doing their thing.
Not in clown
But they
makeup.
didn't have any clown outfits on. If they did have a baskets style Zach Galifianakis French clown out there with them, I would probably go see that.
I forgot about baskets. Like that whole, like, oh my gosh, you're right. Yeah, I would have been super into that. He's just wearing like a dirt bike jersey.
Yeah.
No. Is it bad to dress up like a clown? Is there some reason that's been taken away? I know when I was a kid, they did too much cosplaying like unhoused people. That was a big part of clowning.
It was like a hobo clown.
In my town, it was always a hobo clown. It was always like satchel on a stick, like doing a lot of like stuff. Like he's like thumbing a ride. The bull comes by, and he's like, that kind of stuff. Or he's chewing on a cigar or something. Doing a lot of that. So I'm not saying if that's, I get it if that part's done. But I think clowning's okay. I think we can clown around a bit.
We can clown.
Let's get some face paint on this guy. Let's put on some overalls and a big old dumb pair of shoes, Because that also, when those guys would come out when I was a kid, I was like, they got hit by the bull a lot. Because they were in those big shoes.
Yeah, that's probably why they changed it up.
This guy was in running track shoes with like cleats. I was
One guy got in a barrel and he was the barrel guy.
Yeah.
But I did agree. I thought this should be a clown.
It used to also be...
If he's not moving around that much, he's got a barrel around him. He could be in those shoes.
Yes. And it also was... Back in the day, the barrel guy, we'd have that guy get trucked like 8-9 times.
He should have been, yeah.
He didn't get hit once.
No.
Let him smash one of these clowns up a bit. I mean, that's part of clowning.
And why does the rider get out of the arena so quickly? Is the bull got a target on him because he was the rider?
I think the bull was like, I don't like that this guy was on my back.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think it's like if you all of a sudden had someone on your back, your primary objective would be the person you just slung off your back. Okay. Like you would then go to like the French guy who's like, "May we?" and jumps over you. But like at first you'd be like, that guy was on my back.
I also, and this isn't to take away from any of that flip because it was incredible, but I did notice that bull was a lot smaller than the bull that was getting ridden.
That's true. Road?
Ridden.
Yeah.
Road.
The one that was getting driven around the arena. You're right. That thing was like a Brahma bull. And then he's out there. And again, you're flipping over a bull. Nobody's
That's
saying
a big
you're not
deal.
flipping over a bull. But it is the difference of like if like Kobe Bryant when he did that commercial and he's like, I'm going to dunk over a full-size car versus somebody else who's like, I'm going to dunk over a Geo Metro. And you're like, yeah, I mean, that's most people can't.
Yeah.
But
some people can.
It ain't a full size car. It ain't like it ain't the bull everybody was out here getting tossed around on. I'm sure a lot of those guys were like, well, yeah, I mean, I could ride that bull. Like that's a little bull. Like I'm on these big bulls. But I thought you were going to say what I thought, which is this is how quickly a thing can get taken for granted. He flipped over this thing maybe 6 times in the entirety of the night. By flip 3, I was like, so we're just doing front flips, huh?
Yeah, I did think that too.
He's not going to do not a backhand. Here's how crazy my mind is. I thought he was going to jump up and do a back handspring while touching his back.
I thought
like a springboard of sorts.
Too. And I also thought they would help each other, like use each other as,
something. Yeah. And like then, I saw one in my head where he ran off the other guy's back. Like the guy did a twist and then he does a flip. And I said, why not?
Should we choreograph this for them?
I think so. That is the Orlando.
Because I had some other notes about the speaker volume.
It was very loud.
It's too loud.
Very loud.
I think if you're doing an event and you have speakers, and somebody's going to say this to me someday, back to me, but go into the audience and see, is it too loud?
Yeah. I would. That's what sound check is. Sound check is supposed to be checking the sound.
I think they only check it from the stage now.
Okay. That's incorrect. One time we went to a drag show in North Carolina. And this is like right after, kind of like when everybody's like, hey, it was in this sweet spot of time where like you had gotten vaccinated for COVID and we thought that meant life was going to go back to normal. But it was like one of the first things we had really gone to, and you go downstairs into kind of this basement club with no windows, packed. And I just remember a few things about that night. One is right after COVID.
Well, it was still COVID.
It's always COVID, baby.
It's always COVID.
It's always COVID now, which is kind of true. But I remember one of the performers took beads through their mouth and then took it to someone in the crowd and put it through their mouth, and I thought, no way. Not
anymore.
Nobody's learned a thing. I said, you know what I thought? I literally thought, I said, no way people are going to wear a mask if they feel sick. After seeing this display, there's no way. We haven't learned a single lesson. We just sat home for a year watching the whole world get sick. And second one, Raleigh, North Carolina, they go from my mouth to yours and just suck on each other's mouth juice.
And there wasn't anyone checking our vaccine cards at the door. It was just all
North Carolina.
Like an I promise I got it
I don't
situation.
even think in North Carolina they cared. They were like, come on. Nobody's learned nothing. But the speakers in that place.
Yeah. They were so, I felt like, are my ears bleeding?
It was tough. Ooh. We were there with friends. Otherwise, I think I would have left just because of the speakers. Because I moved everywhere in this room with you, trying to figure out, like, sometimes you're like, okay, we're just like, wait. I said, I'm going to end up with tinnitus tonight. It was brutal. So this wasn't that bad. But it's not pleasant.
You can't chat. You got to make it where I can still chat at an event like this. There's too much downtime.
I'm sorry. But if you think we're not going to chat when we're bringing out 48 kids to get a medal about Future Farmers of America or 4-H or whatever association we're on about, buddy, come on. Even people who have kids about to get the award are like, I'll recognize the name when it comes up. I'm going to talk.
There had to have been 10,000 names read at one point. Just name.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I said, does this feel special? There was another thing that came up that always, I feel like this has happened a lot at different events I've been to where they're like, they go crazy. They go, give it up. We're about to give away $1,000 scholarship. And I said, isn't college like $100,000? You're going to cover 1% of it and we got to make a big deal out of it? I feel like $1,000, you should do that like a mob guy at a wedding. That should be slipped into somebody's front pocket like, hey, good luck at school,
Yeah, that's not going to cover books.
No, man.
Do they do books anymore?
They do iPads, but you know what they probably do? Put it behind a paywall. I guarantee you they put it behind a paywall. There's no way they gave up that money. You know what I mean? I wouldn't break my arms patting myself on the back there, Ford. If
you're Ford...
Yeah.
You could pay for all these kids to go to college.
Right. You could pay for a lot of kids. But I'm just saying, if ever you're giving out, like, say, 10 $1,000 scholarships, I go, I think you got to pick one kid and give them $10,000.
Yeah.
We went to, they had like a neighborhood thing on Castro. This is us in a nutshell. I mean, we go all the time to like farmers markets, block parties, whatever the
street fair,
whatever
little
it is.
Neighborhood festivals.
Yep. Whatever it is we go. We spend on average, if you're being as honest as you can, how many minutes do you think we spend each time we go?
Once we've gotten all the way from the car.
Yeah.
We're there.
Yeah. Not counting walk time. Like at the event.
I would say never more than 45 minutes, but that's a lot. That's an overestimate, I would guess.
I was going to say 17 minutes. I was going to say 17 minutes. That's about how long we spent at this one, I felt like.
We spend enough time for me to go, I'm kind of getting hot.
Getting a little warm. Getting a little warm.
There were a bunch of like stages for concerts and stuff. It's going on all day.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it was like going to go off. It's just, it was a little warm. And again, like we're like Goldilocks. We can't, well, it's too cold. It's too hot. You know, we're just the worst.
Well, I just needed to have like a hat or an umbrella or something. I didn't have either.
A parasol.
I do. I think I'm going to get a parasol. I'm just allergic to the sun.
We basically went there, got one chicken kebab, and then walked halfway through the thing. And we're like, chicken kebab's done. I'm good whenever you're good.
Ate that.
The chicken kebab guy was funny too, because it's just like they own the place. It's a $28 chicken kebab. $28 seems a bit high for a chicken kebab. Just my opinion. And then they do the tap and they spin it around and it says 20, 25, 30% tip. And then down and like way down, like no tip. And I was like, I think we're probably going to have to take the win on the $28 chicken kebab. I'm going to spend about 7.5 minutes here. This is very cool. This is cool. Let's get a chicken kebab and let's get out. Okay. Everybody get in, see as much as you can, 6-7 minutes, get a kebab. And we split. I feel like that's every festival. I'm like, I'm going to get maybe a piece of cake and then we're out of here.
I just have a really hard time walking in crowds. I do not enjoy it.
Yeah. Does anybody? I think a lot of people, no, I'm being serious. I'm like, does anybody like that? The best you can do is you go, I really tolerate it well.
Yeah.
Right? Like I don't let it take away from my experience. And I go, oh, I do.
I do.
Oh, yeah. No, I do big time. Is that what it is? You're not letting it take away from your experience. Oh, I do. It will become my whole experience, actually. It's all I'll talk about. I don't care what we started here to see, art, whatever it is. By third painting, I'm like, this is crazy. I mean, you can't breathe. You can't talk. You can't think. You can't move. I can't move.
But it wasn't even crowded where people were like,
not at all. It was just more crowded than the street would normally be. And we're both like, I already ate this kebab. I kept having this weird little thought too, because it's a kebab. And I've seen at least 5 Final Destinations, and I'm in a crowded street. Right?
Me too.
It's like, how can I not? At one point, I just went, should we break the tip off? Should we break the tip off of it? Should we break the tip off of it?
I was biting it from the side. I would not. No, I was like, what about it?
But you know what's funny? That's not even, like, we didn't crack a code. You really shouldn't in a public street take it point. You should never do that. You should all, I feel like everybody's like, of course you take it from the side. What do you mean you were like? That's the only option. You're not a sword swallower. Like, who's eating their chicken kebab that way? Like, they go, no.
This can't be part of the video. No. Like we're both like constantly like.
But yeah, I had that thought, and I say, but again, it's like quickly it takes over the thing. Yeah, crowdedness. That's why I hate malls too. You know, it's like malls are actually worse to me because at least in a festival, when you're hot, you're like, I'm outside. It's crowded and I'm outside. That's why I'm feeling this way. When you're in a mall, it's almost like even more of a head mess with, because you're like, it's crowded and I am hot, but I'm indoors. And they go, oh, we cranked the heat. And you go, regardless of the season? Oh, yeah, it seems that way. It would seem that way. It would seem that way. It would seem, to me, it would seem that way. Yes. 70, 80, 60, 50 don't matter. Heat.
I never try it. I go, I can't shop here. I don't want to. I'm already hot. Yeah. I don't want to now do clothes on, clothes off. I can't buy anything.
Heather will only do shop at a clothing store if it only has those giant floor fans that they put in like antique places or like in shops where it's just like an airplane level thing and you go, oh, thank you.
Oh, good. Nice. Now I can
What do you think?
I can see what it looks like while I'm walking around my neighborhood because it's so windy here. So that would be helpful. Thank you. Yes. That's what it was when we went to the festival at the Castro District today. It was the whole walk from the car was totally fine.
Oh, it was in the shade.
It was in the shade. And then when we were walking around the booths, it was sun. And I was like,
And immediately, you were like, are you good? I was like, I'm good. Because anytime I go to any street festival, anything, I go, I came here with, the agenda was like, come here. See if anything strikes my fancy. It never does. $28 seems a bit high for a chicken kebab.
It was a bit. It was all the way to the bottom. It was a whole foot worth of chicken.
It was.
It was,
I'm not. Yeah, you're right. It was fantastic.
It was delicious. Yeah.
But I do think we're good on that.
It was a bit much.
I think that was but that's just the world we live in now. It's everywhere and anything you do, it just is like, we just got one last little question here for you. Mm-hmm. Whatever it may be. Let me flip this bad boy around to you. And I have the worst time with, I am like always like, oh boy, okay. I just, one thing you pointed out, and this has been true, because you were like, you always give something and they don't even notice it. And that has been so true, because without fail, I'll tip and then they will give me the wrong thing or take 100 years to give it to me. Mm-hmm. There's no, I like tipping. But I like tipping the way that it used to be, which is like, oh, wow, thank you. That great service. Like, boom, tip. Now it's like this preemptive guessing game of tipping. It's like, well, I hope so. Mm-hmm. I hope you're a person of your word. You're going to give me that food on time? Is it going to be fresh? Is it going to be good? Mm-hmm. Because a lot of times you tip and you go, oh boy, they didn't know, and they're not changing how they're doing this thing at all. Like there's none of that.
I have a hard time tipping on the I'm doing this myself.
That's true.
Thing where I go, well, but I just took my own order.
That's true. When it is like, I put in the order, I'm coming to get the food, I'm clearing the table. What
part of the job do people get paid for? And I think this should be business owners being held accountable for this, not
this isn't some person or kid's problem that you can't pay. You got to pay.
Yeah.
Like,
you gotta play.
You do. I'm like, you gotta. We were watching like Love is Blind. Mm-hmm. And like two of these people are talking through the wall and they go, we could build our empires together. And I go, that's kind of my beef with the world at times. Is I go, dude, just make some money. Take pride in paying your employees a very livable wage. Mm-hmm. Like beyond livable. I think livable is a pretty low bar.
Yeah.
Like if I thought to myself, like I had employees and I go, well, I'm going to pay them a livable wage. I go, that should be bare minimum. Mm-hmm. Bare minimum.
If I had employees, I'd want to pay them a live a life wage.
Right.
Where they can actually live a life. Right. Not get by.
Like go talk to anybody and just say stuff to them that should be like, oh yeah, and everybody has health insurance, good health insurance. They're like, oof. Oh, everybody gets 6 weeks off. They're like, how can I even function? It's like, you can.
Yeah.
Every single thing under the sun. Like you open 2 like Jamba Juices, dude. I don't think you need to make $900,000 a year. Mm-hmm. Right? You're like a semi-absentee Jamba Juice franchisee. How about we pay somebody something?
Yeah.
You're not breaking rock in the sun. Everywhere I walk into, it's a mess. That's you. That ain't anybody here's job.
Nowhere has a good process for their employees to follow where they're doing consistent stuff.
I'm like, that's you, dude. That's the part you're supposed to be like, oh my gosh, this is why I'm building my empire. It's like, no, you're just taking the money and running. Mm-hmm. We're getting subpar product and just vibes. Mm-hmm. And these people are getting nothing.
This is off topic, but this is a shot at the business owners, and this is something they need to hear this. Yeah. If you stock your restaurant full of chairs that are for prisoners.
Yes. No. Those metal, everybody knows too, those little like aluminum, like gray, they look like you're in Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
And they just, everywhere you go, like a pterodactyl shriek. Yes. They make the worst noise that you can imagine. So bad it makes your teeth itch. That type of noise where you go, God, what the heck even is that? It's like chewing on aluminum, baby.
Yeah. It's so loud. In all these fast casual restaurants.
And here's my thing. I go, you're so bad at being the leader that you haven't even cared enough to put a 10-cent piece of foam on the bottom of every chair.
All you need is a little. They have it. It's already sticky. Just pop it on there.
Come on, dude. I'm sitting down at a table that almost catapults my food over. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
This is very complainy. I don't know.
I know.
But I mean, I feel like we all feel this way where it's like, look, I often say to you, I go, my job is to just talk to me's and help facilitate for them. Mm-hmm. So that then I can get a few fun bucks to go talk to me's and hopefully have a good experience. And then they can talk to me. It's like we're all just standing in front of these multi-conglomerates having to deal with each other.
Making excuses for why this isn't good.
Right.
But I still need that money.
Getting our ears chewed off. That's why I don't ever go at an employee.
Oh gosh,
it's not how I just think.
What do they can't change anything?
No, not at all.
We went to buy something on Facebook Marketplace, my favorite thing to do. Mm-hmm. And my favorite part of it is taking non-highway routes everywhere so I can see just every nook and cranny.
Especially here.
Yeah,
like,
we love exploring.
Yeah, this has served us well everywhere we've ever lived. Anytime we have to go do anything, a lot of times it is Facebook Marketplace stuff. Like we like antiques and stuff like that. But it is the best way to get to see everything. Like we're just like, just don't just take top streets. Just check everything out. We'll take the hour-long drive every time.
Yep. We went out to Danville.
Never been there either.
Never been there. We went up through Oakland, and then we went just like
around the mountain or something.
Yeah, Joaquin Park, and
it was beautiful.
Oh, it was stunning. Just so
and Danville.
Beautiful. Yeah, this is rich. This is fancy. This is estate.
It's crazy. Yeah.
I knew it was going to be like that. I didn't say anything to you. I knew at least where we were ending up was going to be wealthy because she said, "Okay, I'll leave your name at the gate."
And the way you say that, that's so different, right? Because remember when we were like just kids, we have nothing, and we had a gate at our apartment. And certainly I never said, "And I'll leave your name at the gate." I said, when you get to the gate, star 226. When you get to the gate, star and then 226. If you can, though, it'd be easier to tailgate somebody through. That was not the vibe when we got there. We're pulling up. I mean, these things.
There's a human being there.
A human being, but it's beyond. Because a lot of times, even when there's a human being, it's like you can get. And he's like, no, what's up? What's the name? I mean, he was cool, but it's like, no, I have to actually get this information. I cannot let you in this community.
Right.
And I said, oh boy, okay. I just had a quick question. What's one of these things go for? What's one of these things go for right here? It was stupid. And then again, just to completely just finish the whole motif, because it was stunningly affluent. I said there's no poor people here. I've been poor. Like in my community growing up, I was like, oh, we're in the poor part. There's a little bit better off right there. There was nothing like this where I was from. The mayor of my town would have been like hat in hand, like, sorry to bother you.
Yeah, probably your state senator would be like.
Probably. Absolutely. That's true. That is true. Like, there's no way.
It was perfectly cinematic because the trees are turning. Some of them are evergreens, beautiful trees. And then a lot of them were starting the little fall turn where they were yellow, and just every so often just yellow leaves floating by. And you're like, oh my gosh, it's just the wind's catching them. And it was beautiful. Every
once in a while, we've talked about this before, but I go, certain things that you get with money that you don't, whenever I was as a kid thinking about what people had that we didn't have, it was all the big stuff. Then you start to level up your life a little bit, and you start to realize what they get is evergreen trees surrounded by other trees. They just have foliage everywhere. There's no desolateness to where they're at. It is a feast for the eyes at every turn. Yeah. And they get light in their houses, right? Like light-filled houses.
Yes.
They're
light and bright.
The further down the order of things we get, it's like the movie Parasite. It's like you got your one window. I mean, that is a reality, man. It's it is crazy. That's why that movie hits.
And there's an air conditioner through it, so you can't see outside.
Exactly.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's like your outside gets brighter because there's no trees, no coverage, no any shade, keeping the temperature down.
And there's nothing here, nothing to break it up. It's all Amicos and Burger Kings and stuff. And these people, it's like they just live on another planet. You're in an affluent suburban area when they go, we're not doing the just come as you are. Yeah. If you're a Burger King, we're going Spanish tile or we're going shingle.
You don't look like a Burger King.
You don't come in here.
You look like our stuff.
Yep. You don't come in here. I love it. Here's the thing. It's not shade. It's not all shade. It's nothing like that. Now, I will say a little shade. I like the type of Facebook marketplace. If you're super, that's what we're rolling up to. I think it says a lot about you that you weren't there, that you just left the stools outside. I think it says a lot about you. I like people who come out and go, hey, little story about the stools.
I didn't mind it. And also she was very nice on the on the app.
Yeah. Well, that's fair. I like human interaction. Even
you didn't get out of the car, so that doesn't track.
I didn't realize it was 2 stools either. You came out and I said, I look like a total a-hole. And I said, they're probably going to come and taser her. They're like, stealing stools. Get her. It was crazy. And what's funny is like they weren't even my type of houses, like the kind that really light me up. They're clearly nice homes, like and clearly like
they're
big
and
stately and all this. They weren't our cup of tea in that way.
Oh yeah, we like quirky weirdo stuff.
Oh yeah, of course. What else happened this week? What else is new? Couple things happening in the news this week. Did Jay Leno? Oh, you hear about this, Kevin? Remember Kevin?
It is interesting.
Yeah.
What happened? And there were funny jokes.
I loved it. It actually blew my brain whenever people didn't like, remember when Jay Leno would do the thing where he'd read like ads from newspapers? He'd just wing them over his shoulder. Mm-hmm. Oh, I loved it. Yeah. Couldn't get enough of it. I feel like you were either with that or like you tried to be snobby David Letterman people. Like I remember some of my friends, like we're all comedy nerds on stuff. And, but they liked Letterman and we were a Jay Leno household. We just, I think knowing my mom, because my dad was already in bed, knowing my mom, she was probably just like, I think he's a little more positive. I feel like Letterman was kind of like biting with his humor. Yeah. So she probably was like, no, we're just going to cruise in that direction. And then I just locked real hard in on the Jay Leno stuff. I'm like, you don't get Jay.
But his style of comedy does apply to you.
Yeah.
He says, start in the middle, just start in your story, whatever, like get into it.
Yeah.
And I think that's how you think. So that probably was good for you to watch as a kid.
Yeah. And I liked Letterman, but I really liked Jay Leno. Mm-hmm. And I liked that he would go to Kevin. Mm-hmm. I like that format. Mm-hmm. I feel like people watching this are like, I get it. I know he does.
I know he does.
I'm like, am I right? They go, she could say a lot more. She's one step away from just holding the bass like he did. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. I was like, oh boy, you really talk a lot. All right.
No, I like it, obviously.
No, I know. Heather, you have any other thoughts, feelings, or jokes?
No.
All right. Love you.
I love you.
We didn't hit record. We didn't hit record.